So, welcome to the third episode of Homeopathic Stars of Nagpur. Today, the guest speaker, I should introduce the guest speaker, Dr. Pankaj Nimje sir. So, Dr. Pankaj Nimje sir is a homeopathic consultant in Nagpur. In Nagpur at his Dr. Nimje's Advanced Homeopathic Clinic. He is MD Psychiatrist from Dr. M.L. Dhavle Homeopathic Institute. He was also the medical officer in the psychiatric and geriatric department of the same institute. So he has a vast experience of psychiatry, homeopathic psychiatry. And thus, our today's topic is diagnostic understanding of mental health disorders or psychiatric disorders. Dr. Pankaj Nimje sir is also assistant professor HOD at Dr. Antar Bharti Homeopathic Medical College, and he has a teaching experience of over 15 years. He continues to take sessions, online lectures to homeopathic students, interns through his online learner education series. After completing his MD Psychiatry, he pursued the scientific knowledge of homeopathy by Dr. Praful Vijayakar sir through his courses of SCPH and SCPH plus. So he is also a predictive homeopathic follower. So I welcome Dr. Pankaj Nimje sir on Homeopathic Stars of Nagpur, and I am very blessed and I feel very honored to welcome him, and I request him to grace this platform with his teachings. So welcome, sir.
Thanks, Dr. Priyanka, for this warm welcome. So let us start.
Sir, so as our today's topic is diagnostic understanding of psychiatric cases. So first of all, as I am also a MD psychiatric from the same institute, but I feel that the mental health disorders in our OPDs, though they are very much increasing nowadays, but we are unable to diagnose it, we are unable to treat it. So, as our live Instagram population or the students are mostly homeopathic, so sir, what are the common cases we encounter in OPD, mental health disorders?
Nowadays, and even day by day, we can see that the mental health diseases are growing fast, and even after the COVID, so scenario before COVID and after COVID is different. So after COVID, the post-stress traumatic disorder, anxiety, depression, these common cases are aggressively increased, right? So most common we have seen in our practice, even the practitioner who are general practicing, or the homeopath who are general practicing, they encountered the mental health cases or psychiatric cases like anxiety disorder, depression, right? Like anxiety disorder has again the subcategorized diseases like a phobia, social phobia, illness phobia disorder or illness anxiety disorder, then obsessive compulsive disorder. These all are considered under the anxiety disorder. Another is the major depressive disorder. Third is the post-traumatic stress disorder. Another type of diseases which comes out very clearly, and we have to identify it properly. That disease is called as the somatoform disorder. This is mostly way left out, or way most homeopathies miss out. That's why I want to pay attention on this clinical entity. That is the somatoform disorder. We can sometimes call this as a somatization, right? Now, somatoform disorder, this entity comes from, there are the lot of physical symptoms, symptoms which indicate the general medical condition, right? But when the patient does the investigation regarding that system, regarding that symptoms, the investigation remains normal. So the patient is in the confusion that कि वो क्या बीमारी से suffering है, and most of the time even general practitioners who belongs to a even the MBBS general practitioners, they are not able to pick up the disease easily. बराबर है.
Yes, sir.
So these type of group of peoples are very markedly, you can see in the society, in the practice, that we have to be handle it carefully. Then another
जी.
type of disease, you can see the convergent disorder. Then you
Yes, sir.
can see the psychotic disorder. Psychotic is, we can say it is like a schizophrenia.
Yes, sir.
बराबर है. Then you can see the sleep disorder, insomnia. So these are
Yes.
the very common class of category in the psychiatric illnesses which we see in the general practice.
So also nowadays the drug induced and substance induced
Yeah. Substance
disorders.
induced, drug induced, alcohol dependent, alcohol withdrawal. These are cases are also even highly increasing in the practice, and drug substance induced diseases are also there. Yeah.
Yes. So, sir, how to classify these disorders? Like you told that some disorders are psychotic and neurotic. And so, what is
Yeah.
the scope of homeopathy in all these disorders?
Yes. Broadly, this is very good question, because one must know the scope of homeopathy कि कौन से diseases में हमारा scope अच्छा है या किसमें
जी.
poor scope है.
जी.
So in order to understand that, we have to understand the broad category of the psychiatry. The psychiatry broadly categorized into the neurotic disease and the psychotic disease,
Okay.
right? Neurotic,
Yes.
this comes from the neurosis, and the psychotic, you already know, the psychotic disorder is the delusional disorder like a schizophrenia,
Yes, sir.
which is the biggest clinical condition in the psychiatry, बराबर है, which is
Yes.
difficult to handle, difficult to treat, even by allopathic mode of treatment and even by homeopathic mode of treatment. So how we differentiate? When the person lost his reality, lost the touch with the reality, when he or she is in the delusion, hallucination, and in the world of illusion, they don't understand what the process is going on, they don't aware about his conditions, his disease condition, then that class of disease comes under the psychotic disease. That is the most important disorder is the delusional disorder or the schizophrenia. The another
जी.
class of disorder is the neurotic disease, where the person is in contact with the reality, but it present with the excessive anxiety, excessive worry, excessive sadness, right? So these are the disease where you can say the mood disorder, that means depression, anxiety disorder, even OCD, all these diseases, most of remaining disorder comes under this neurotic disorder. Other than the
Sir,
न्यूरो डेवलपमेंटल डिसऑर्डर जो है उसके अलावा जो भी मोस्टली आते हैं और न्यूरोटिक डिसीज में आते हैं, एंड द होम्योपैथी हैज वेरी गुड स्कोप in treating or managing such a neurotic disorder. These are the
sir,
large number. Yeah. Yeah.
so neurotic disorders are like phobias, anxieties, depression,
Yeah.
somatoform
Yeah.
disorders, alcohol-induced disorders. So all
Yes.
these conditions can be cured with homeopathy very fast, and they have good results. But the psychotic cases, psychotic disorders like schizophrenia or it's a bipolar disorders,
Yeah.
so
Even the
they have
bipolar
limited.
disorder is difficult to treat, like a psychotic disorders, right?
Yeah.
So why this, why again the question may comes, why this disorder become so reluctant to treat or difficult to manage? Because
Yes.
the see, the homeopathic point of view, if you see the data we get or the cause, we always see the cause effect relationship, we always trace, we goes retrospectively in the case taking, and we see that in the anxiety, depression, in the convergent disorder, in the somatoform disorder, in the substance induced disorder, we get the clear cut cause effect relationship. When this disorder, when the person becomes mentally fit, and when it start with the this condition over anxiety, over depressions, like So we get the clear cut demarcation and we get the cause mostly. This the stress or the incidents that happened in the life, and after that this patient goes into the certain this neurotic disorder, right, mental anxiety or the depression. So we can easily draw the totality. We can easily draw the totality. We can easily perceive the inner feeling of the patient. But in contrast, in the schizophrenia, where the patient is in the another world, so whatever he or she is telling to us, we can easily come to the diagnostic conclusion कि ये schizophrenia है by observing the patient by doing the mental status examination. But we can't rely on the data whatever he is giving to us कि मेरे साथ 5 साल पहले 8 साल पहले ऐसा हुआ वैसे हुआ. So because he is in the not in a touch with the reality, we cannot rely on the data. And even I have seen in the most of the time the relatives or the family member even don't know कि वो पेशेंट के लाइफ के साथ ऐसा उसके साथ ऐसा क्या स्ट्रेस फैक्टर हुआ या क्या इंसिडेंट हुआ कि he or she goes into the schizophrenia like symptoms. तो कॉज इफेक्ट रिलेशनशिप यहाँ पे इस्टेब्लिश करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है.
Yes,
और
sir.
जो that's why
Many cases of
sometimes
schizophrenia.
it is difficult.
Okay. So many cases of schizophrenia, sir, can they be managed when they are on allopathic psychiatry? So, सर बहुत सारे पेशेंट के रिलेटिव्स आते हैं कि उनके साइड इफेक्ट्स बहुत होते हैं एंटीसाइकोटिक्स को, जैसे अगर स्किज़ोफ्रेनिया काफी लंबे समय से है, तो सर होम्योपैथी हैज दैट स्कोप.
Yeah, see, it is not impossible to treat the schizophrenia with homeopathy, but it is not so easy. I have seen even in my practice, out of 10 cases, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 cases, 2 to 3 cases, they are completely cured. 2 to 3 cases gets their symptoms gets relief. Their medications, जो allopathic medicine है, जो I can able to reduce that medicine also. बराबर है, but this will happen. That's no problem. But most of the time, I have seen that whenever we withdraw the symptoms, withdraw the allopathic medicine, and if the patient goes in the stress, again the original symptoms of that delusions and hallucination come up. Then again
So by this, we can say that we can bring the patient in remission state, but we cannot give the complete cure. We can bring them to the remission state.
Yeah, but complete cure may be possible, but not in the every case. The rate of cure जो है वो तो कम है in cases of schizophrenia or psychotic disorder as compared to the neurotic disorder.
So in homeopathy, like we already discussed that we have scope in neurotic disorders like anxiety, depression, phobias and all. So but while making totality, many doctors, they face difficulty to take the PQRS symptoms. So what is the homeopathic approach in treating these disorders?
Yeah, what mostly the mistake homeopath practitioners did in dealing with the psychiatric illnesses are, we are taking the common symptoms. If we are dealing with the OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, then there is obsessive thought and compulsion. The practitioner take the obsession, anxiety of this, anxiety of that, in order to understand what is the commonality and what is the uncommon peculiar symptoms. We have to first understand the disease, like what approach we are taking in the physical disease. अभी केस रहता है कि bronchial asthma, patient come up with the bronchial asthma. If you are taking cough and breathlessness aggravated by the lying down, mostly the arsenic, कालिका, ऐसे medicines आपको मिलेंगे. But if you see the aggravation lying down is the common modality in the bronchial asthma. So you should know what is the bronchial asthma, what is the pathophysiology, and what is the clinical features. In the same manner we should know कि अगर OCD या generalized anxiety disorder आप treat कर रहे हैं तो what is the common symptoms क्या है. And the homeopathy core principle to make the totality is, core rule क्या है, we have to be build our totality in uncommon and peculiar symptoms and not on the basis of common symptoms, which is useful for the diagnosis of the disease, whether it is a physical or whether it is a mental disease. Most of the time taking the common symptoms and the remedy emerge and we prescribe the remedy that gives the partial relief to the patient only, and the case becomes standstill. Then we get stuck up and confused कि अभी इसके बाद क्या करना, right? So for that I have give you the good example through the case. There was a one case I presented in my alias session. That was a very wonderful case, the case of OCD. It's a married person. It's a 1.5 year got married before 1.5 year and having the family, father, mother, all this. And he has a severe obsessive thought कि something is happening, something is there, or constantly washing, constantly repeating behaviors, and all this indicating the OCD and anxiety, right? I have prescribed first medicine, second medicine, but when we are goes in detail and analyze the case, you can see the peculiar behavior in that OCD disease. So see that boy who is around the 30 years of age and constantly wanting someone with him, constantly. मतलब ब्रश कर रहा है तो भी कोई साथ में चाहिए, बाथरूम में जा रहा है तो भी कोई साथ में चाहिए, नहा रहा है तो भी कोई साथ में चाहिए. मतलब ऐसा ये जो साथ में है कि इवन he asked the mother to sleep with him with the same bed. Even he is the married person कि नहीं मदर चाहिए मुझे, like a child. तो मैंने चाइल्डिश बिहेवियर भी उसको कंसीडर किया था, डिपेंडेंसी कंसीडर किया था, देन आई प्रिस्क्राइब द पल्सेटिला, बट ऑल दीज आर द साइकोटिक सिम्टम, दैट्स व्हाई इट वाज नॉट वर्क. बराबर है. अभी ऑब्सेसिव थॉट है, रिपीटेटिव बिहेवियर्स है, एंजाइटी दिख रही है हर इसमें, ये अगर हम सोचते हैं, ये अगर लेते हैं तो बहुत कॉमन रेमेडी हमको आएंगी. बट इफ यू सी द पिक्यूलियर बिहेवियर कि कोई ना कोई साथ में चाहिए, इट्स द वाइफ और मदर, बराबर है कि मेरे साथ में रहो, साथ में रहो. And this is, I see the intensely with the patient. So I have taken the rubric, the mania, madness, held desire to be. मतलब ये इस तरह से हो गया ये पागलपन के कि भाई ये इतना बड़ा लड़का, मतलब adult male person wants the mother, wants the wife constantly, even while bathing, even in the washroom, even in the bathroom, doing all activity with the तो mania, madness, held desire to be, and taking some other rubric also supporting this, and the remedy come up. The remedy is common remedy, that is not, but how you entered in the case, that is more important. This is mania, madness is the syphilitic rubric. We are dealing with the syphilitic miasm, syphilitic mental pathology. बराबर है, जहां पे वो एक सेकंड, एक मिनट भी शांत बैठ नहीं पाता पेशेंट. सो एंटर इनटू दिस रुब्रिक एंड कम अप द आर्सेनिक. अभी जितनी मेडिसिन दिया उसमें पार्शियल थोड़ा थोड़ा रिलीफ था, बट आई एम नॉट सेटिस्फाइड. एंड व्हेन आई प्रिस्क्राइब द आर्सेनिक एल्बम 10 ml, within a 24 hours we get the significant relief, and even the patient family observe the significant changes in the patient behavior. So so fast, it is not necessary that every patient you get the changes in the 24 hour. That not necessary, maybe 1 week, 2 week you can assess, right? So if your understanding is right and the rubric selection is according to the miasmatic understanding, बराबर है. नहीं तो आप एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर को ट्रीट कर रहे हो और आप सोरिक ले रहे हो, एंजाइटी हेल्थ अबाउट, एंजाइटी डिसीज अबाउट, एंजाइटी फ्यूचर अबाउट, all these are the common symptoms in it. So what is the peculiarity in it? So even
So
in this you have to see sensitivity, you have to see the disposition of patient and the syphilitic state of mind.
And
right?
so, like in phobias also, we have direct rubrics in our repertory. Like we have fear of closed spaces or claustrophobia. So,
Yeah,
by this discussion, we can say that we should not take the direct rubrics, but we should
this
take the
will not
PQR.
work. Yeah,
Yes.
this will not work at all because it is a common symptom. You are treating the claustrophobia, you are treating the agoraphobia. So why you are taking the rubric? Our basic principle of homeopathy is not don't take the common, take the uncommon.
Yes.
अभी अनकॉमन किस में क्रेविंग भी हो सकता है, एवर्जन भी हो सकता है, स्टूल का कुछ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक भी हो सकता है, नॉट
Modality.
नेसेसरी। ऐसे भी नेसेसरी नहीं कि माइंड को ट्रीट कर रहे हैं कि हमको सिर्फ माइंड सिम्टम ही चाहिए। यू कैन टेक अ पिक्यूलियर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फिजिकल सिम्टम, जनरल सिम्टम्स आल्सो, नो प्रॉब्लम, बट दैट मस्ट बी माइजमेटिकली दैट, मतलब वो सिफिलिटिक होना चाहिए, दैट देन इट विल वर्क।
So by this we can conclude that the anxiety can also be syphilitic. It has all three miasms. OCD also has all three miasms. So how to diagnose? Like which state patient has arrived to us? Like is it in soric state or is it in psychotic or syphilitic state?
Yeah. See, anxiety as such is the soric. Because anxiety, what is that? Is some anticipating or perceiving some threat. बराबर है। Fear,
Yes.
if you see कि fear क्या fight flight mechanism होता है कि something danger is going to happen.
Yes.
Right? So these are the sora या psychotic symptom as such in the normal emotional nomenclature. But when it goes to disease condition, so if it is the OCD, obsession, where the patient doesn't restrict their thought and the behavior. So this goes into the syphilis. It is not soric OCD. Soric OCD नहीं होती है और psychotic OCD भी नहीं होंगी. If you are diagnosing OCD, it is a syphilitic. If you are diagnosing the generalized anxiety disorder, where you get the anxiety in all field, जैसे स्कूल में, कॉलेज में है, परफॉर्मेंस में है, सोशल IPR इशू में है एंजाइटी, तो all these are the psychotic or syphilitic or psychosyphilitic. You don't say GAD is the sorry. So now how we identify certain emotion or converts such an anxiety into the syphilitic. There's an anxiety soric hai, but if you see the anguish is the syphilis. Anxiety is certain uncomfortable, uneasiness feeling of the mind, state of mind. But anguish is the intense anxiety with restlessness and certain impending some danger is there. So it goes into the syphilis, sora to syphilis. जैसे fear है, fear psychosis है. Fear means fear of dark, fear of disease, है ना. The object is clear here. Anxiety में unclear रहता है, fear में object रहता है ना. Specific हमको पता है कि किसका fear है patient को, fear of disease, right? पर अभी अगर फ्राइट हम सोचते हैं, फियर का ही इंटेंस वर्जन है फ्राइट, दैट इज द सिफिलिटिक. सो फ्राइट इज अ सडन एंड इंटेंस फियर, दैट इज द सिफिलिटिक. सो देयर इज अ चेंज एज द इमोशन गेट इंटेंस, बराबर है कि नहीं. आप माइल्ड डिप्रेशन बोलोगे जहां पे उसको कुछ काम करने की इच्छा नहीं है, परफॉर्म करने की इच्छा नहीं है, जब सोने की इच्छा होती है, मे बी इट इज अ साइकोसिस. But when it is withdrawal state, become very asocial, don't want to be participate in any activity, and there is a suicidal thought and suicidal attempt, then it goes into the syphilis. Then it goes in the syphilis, not a psychosis or not the sora. Soric depression नहीं रहेगा. या हम we can say अगर सोरिक डिप्रेशन पर वो फिजियोलॉजिकल डिप्रेशन होता है, फंक्शनल होता है, कि जैसे हमको कुछ हर्ट हो गया और हम सैड हो गए फॉर अ ट्रांजिएंट मूवमेंट फॉर 1 or 2 minutes, है ना, तो वो हम बोल सकते हैं कि दैट इज अ सोरिक फिनोमिना, है ना. बट व्हेन वी diagnose it as a depression, then it is not comes under the sora.
So it depends on which state patient arrives to us, and by this, if the patient arrives is in the syphilitic or psychotic state, and then we are taking soric rubrics, So the cure is not possible. We will not be able to cure, or we will just be able to palliate.
Yeah. Soric rubric, if it is the soric sensitivity is there, या soric disposition है उसका, that we have to consider, जो basic disposition है, basic nature. but जो psychotic mostly होते हैं, जो symptoms इसके डिसीज के हो या साइकोटिक दूसरे सिम्टम्स हो, लाइक क्रेविंग्स होता है, फील्स बेटर बाय होता है, ऑल दीज नेवर नीड टू टेक व्हेन यू आर डीलिंग विद द psychosyphilitic cases or the syphilitic cases.
Yes. And so, what is the scope of therapies in along with mental health disorders? Like uh, we learn in literatures that any anxiety or depression, they are the cure is fastened when therapies are accompanied with the treatment. So, sir, the therapies, do they work?
या विच थेरेपी, अगेन इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट, जैसे कोग्निटिव बिहेवियरल थेरेपी है, कोग्निशन है ना, सीबीटी जैसे यूज होता है कि एंजाइटी डिप्रेशन, वेयर द पेशेंट परसीव कैसे थॉट प्रोसेस को चेंज करने का, ये उसमें कैसे थॉट प्रोसेस चेंज किया जाए, तो साइकोलॉजिस्ट को एडवाइस करता है, कुछ आपको टास्क देता है उसको करने के लिए. सो डेफिनेटली इट विल बी हेल्पफुल, definitely. So therapy is also helpful, but again important, we can't be depends on the therapy, because the homeopathy remedy reverse the conflict. What we are usually see in the patient, we see the conflict or cause. बराबर है कि नहीं? So when the homeopathic medicine is given, that medicine resolve the conflict. बराबर है कि नहीं?
Yeah.
Which is not possible with the therapy. So combined effect may be a good, right? So we can advise, or you can advise the therapy along with the homeopathic medicine, no problem.
So, like you had pursued MD Psychiatry from Dr. M.L. Dhavle Institute, and it is famous for psychiatric department. So which
Yeah.
all cases you have experience there? Can you share that experience?
Yeah, lot of cases. Even the bipolar disorder I have seen, psychotic, acute psychotic episode, psychotic disorder. There was a case which was admitted as, ऐसे आप अगर देखेंगे या कोई भी देखेंगे, ऐसे रास्ते पे पागल जैसे जाते हैं ना, उस तरह के, that was admitted. She was a very well educated lady, है ना, but because of some conflict that goes into the psychotic condition, and she comes in our hospital, and we were admitted her in acute psychotic episode. And I think the Manoj sir was there, who is under the consulting physician that time, and he prescribed certain remedy, and wonderfully that lady come out of that state. I have that video before and after also, but because we are talking in the Instagram, we can't show that. But wonderfully that lady comes out of that state. So even psychotic episode or psychosis is possible to treat, but it is difficult. Yeah, another case we have seen the convergent disorder. There are a lot of cases I have seen where even I personally admitted the cases of convergent disorder, like a hysteria बोलते हैं ना, तो convergent disorder. Even in that condition, the patient comes out of that convergent disorder very soon with the remedy was prescribed was absolutely right. Again, I have seen, because our जो thesis था MD का, it depends on the alcoholism. So we have take the psychodynamics, the drug picture, or the stressors, and the withdrawal. The lot of we divide this alcohol as a subject into the different titles, subtitles. So we did the spatial study on the alcohol. बराबर है. So there was a lot of experience we gained in alcohol withdrawal cases, managing the alcohol dependency and all this, right? So there was a wonderful experience to treat the all types of the cases.
Can we discuss on conversion disorder? Many students are unaware of conversion disorder. Like many people get confused with convulsion and how to diagnose conversion. Conversion disorder is a pure psychiatric phenomenon.
Yeah. Conversion is the pure psychiatric, but we have to be in a proper skill must have the proper skill to diagnose it with कि ये convergent disorder है. Because psychiatric diagnosis, it is very important that note करिए, psychiatric disorder comes when all the physical disease rule out, all the
Yes.
general medical condition rule out. If the patient having the chest tightness, anxiety and all other, and if you are just by symptoms you are telling कि patient hypochondriac है या anxiety disorder है या sickness related anxiety है, और कल अगर उसको हार्ट से रिलेटेड इश्यू आ गया अगर तो then your diagnosis will be wrong, है ना. So your diagnosis must be a proper based on the proper investigation. If it's not like that कि अगर symptoms patient दिखा रहा है but your examination finding must be correlate with your diagnosis. बराबर, एग्जामिनेशन फाइंडिंग में कुछ पॉजिटिव फाइंडिंग आ रहा है और आप एंजाइटी डायग्नोस कर रहे हो तो इट मस्ट बी नॉट अ करेक्ट. ये तो psychiatric diagnosis must be ruling out the all medical condition. Like a conversion, always it is a with the some psychiatric some psychological stress whenever the patient is not able to manage it mentally, so it goes through the physical ailment, physical bodily symptoms, where the patient having some motor symptoms, yeah, false neurological symptoms, where the patient might be a semi-conscious state, maybe flipping, maybe unconscious or semi unconscious state. You can see maybe acts like a convulsion जो होते हैं जैसे convulsion fit, उस तरह से भी कभी-कभी movements होते हैं patient में of a convergent disorder. बराबर है. तो it is very essential to diagnose it correctly so that you can give the proper time or you can understand the patient properly. Because in conversion जब वो episodes आता है तो आप patient से you can't interact. In that case we have to be depends on the relatives और जो भी associate, जो भी साथ में accompanied person आया है उससे. And when the episode gets over, you can ask the patients and patient will narrate because patient is in touch with the reality. बराबर है. तो ये neurotic disease है तो you get the cause कि ये psychological distress है और उसके बाद मुझे ऐसा ऐसा होता है. तो you can see the patient sensitivity, you can see the patient disposition and acute mental state. So by all this you make the totality and prescribe, you will definitely get the result.
Yes. So nowadays, like we all know that mental health awareness programs are running very well. So जो जिन लोगों में थोड़ी बहुत एंजाइटी कभी होती थी, उन लोगों में भी काफी एंजाइटी सर देखने को मिलती है. So what are the diagnostic criteria? Like what is the line when we label them like they are suffering from anxiety or depression? So what are the diagnostic guidelines?
Yeah, diagnostic guideline there in every psychiatric diseases you can see it is always written. If you refer, first important is as a practitioner, even the homeopathic practitioner, if you want to get the proper diagnosis, you must refer the psychiatric book, the short psychiatric book. We can say the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Psychiatric Diagnosis, that is the DSM. DSM. It's now a recent addition of DSM-5 is there. Before that, when we are studying, the DSM-4 was the prevalent.
Yes.
The DSM-4, if you have, it is okay, no problem. There is not much change in the content. So DSM-4 or DSM-5 you can use. They have written the all diagnostic criteria. They are only for the diagnostic criteria, not for the elaboration, not for the all this कि psychodynamic क्या है या cause कैसे है ना. So every disease has some certain diagnostic criteria. For example, if you see the generalized anxiety disorder, so you get the excessive, the word what I use, the excessive anxiety and fear and worry. If you say,
Yes.
अगर आप बोलेंगे कि अरे चिंता तो सबको होती है, that is okay, that is always right. But when it transient and it comes out of it very easily and it doesn't impact on the performance and daily activity, doesn't hamper the activity, then it is okay. It is a physiological anxiety that must be there. ये होना भी जरूरी है, फियर होना भी जरूरी है. But when it becomes the excessive anxiety, worry, fear, and it hampers your social life, it hampers your social activity, and it present with a certain physical complaint like palpitations, like trembling, like coldness of body, like agitation, anxiety, fear of impending doom, like it is in the OCD. तो माइल्ड फॉर्म में ये जनरलाइज एंजाइटी में भी रहता है, रहेगा, है ना. इसमें आपको एपेटाइट में चेंजेस दिखेंगे, स्लीप में चेंजेस दिखेंगे, आपका काम करने का जो तरीका है उसके स्पीड में चेंजेस दिखेंगे. जैसे जनरलाइज एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर में अगर आप कोई नया टास्क अगर मिलता है तो वो कैसा होगा, पूरा होगा कि नहीं, है ना, मैं कर पाऊंगी कि नहीं, ऑल दिस क्वेश्चंस इज कमिंग अप एंड रिपीटिंग, दैट हैम्पर द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द पर्सन, राइट. तो दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट. अभी अगर मेजर डिप्रेसिव डिसऑर्डर है या डिप्रेशन का केस है, सो ऑलवेज द पेशेंट accompanied with the severe sadness, low mood. You can feel that sadness over the patient face, right. Low mood, no eye contact or little eye contact, don't want to be participate in the pleasurable or daily activity, don't want to do the work or the business or whatever the daily activities there, even don't want to be participate in the interpersonal or social activity, function में जाओ, बाहर जाओ, like that. With this there is a disturbances in the sleep pattern, like patient may be more drowsy, more sleepy, wants to be lie down all the time, or patient may be sleepless sometimes, patient may be more irritable, gets agitated easily. बराबर है. See, irritability also one of the characteristic expression in the depression. मतलब चिड़चिड़ हो रहा है तो डिप्रेशन, दिस इज द वन ऑफ द इम्पोर्टेंट symptoms. Might be this patient having some symptoms related to gastrointestinal tract, might be patient having the loss of appetite, maybe increase appetite. तो यहाँ पे पेशेंट का वेट भी रिड्यूस हो सकता है डिप्रेशन में, और वेट गेन भी हो सकता है, because the patient may experience the increase appetite or loss of appetite. बराबर है. Then again you can see the some symptoms related to कि बस ये है कि वर्थलेस फीलिंग, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट फीचर, वर्थलेस फीलिंग, कि अभी लोदिंग ऑफ लाइफ एंड वर्थलेस फीलिंग, कि अभी जिंदा रहने में कुछ भी मतलब नहीं है. एंड ऑलवेज यू कैन सी द इन डिप्रेशन देयर इज ऑलवेज अ गिल्ट एंड रिग्रेट, समथिंग हैज टू डन रॉन्ग. सो इन डिप्रेशन का साइकोडायनामिक ही है कि देयर इज अ गिल्ट, है ना, समथिंग दैट wrong has done. बराबर है कि नहीं. Even this few patient have the remorse and regret कि ये मैंने गलती कर दी, मैं फंस गई हूँ, गलती कर दी. Might be the depression comes after the loss of loved one or separation from the loved one, right. So these are the criteria where if you meet this criteria, then only you can come to the conclusion कि this is the anxiety disorder and this is the depressive disorder. You can refer for a detail the DSM-5 so that when the patient comes you can easily diagnose. और जब patient आता है तो you can refer this book. Not necessary कि patient आया, you can ask the patient to sit outside and refer the book. See, you can get the definitely a guideline so that you can able to conclude your diagnosis, right.
So what is the scope of the specific Matra Medica medicines? Like we have homeopathic Matra Medica, some drugs where some specific for anxiety, specific for depression or OCD. So is there any scope of these disorders? For example, Kali Phos we usually give in depression or insomnia. Kali Ars in anxiety is given. So is there any scope, or should we give the constitutional medicine or the state medicine?
Yeah, it's a very good questions, because there are different ये है कि physicians भी है, homeopathy consultant की ये use करते हैं. But whatever the in Dhawle I have seen and even and I have practiced, कि anxiety है तो anxiety, heart about hypochondriacal case है तो anxiety रहता है, कैसा होगा क्या होगा, heart से related anxiety रहता है तो काली आर्स आ जाता है. बराबर है कि नहीं. पर हम जब मेडिसिन देते हैं ये काली आर्स, the patient become partially better. अगर आप भी देखें डॉक्टर प्रियंका कि जब हम ऐसे मेडिसिन देते हैं डायरेक्ट थेरेपेटिक बेसिस, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम अगर कुछ अगर सिम्टम्स है, फॉर एग्जांपल मोल्स भी सिंपल है, मोल्स हम थूजा यूज करने के लिए बोलते हैं, पेशेंट तो पहले ही ले लेता है थूजा। अगर मेडिसिन देते हैं मोल्स के, तो नॉट एवरी केस ऑफ द मोल्स इज ट्रीटेड विद द थूजा, बराबर है कि नहीं? वैसे ही ऐसा है कि ये केस पार्शियली हो सकते हैं विद कालियार्स या नाइट्रोम्यूर या और कोई मेडिसिन से जो लीडिंग हम बोल सकते हैं, बट not cure completely. For that you have to be approach with the homeopathic principle that we have to prescribe the constitutional remedy. constitutional remedy, उसका constitution हमको निकालना है। यहाँ पे हमको प्री मॉर्बिड पर्सनैलिटी और मॉर्बिड पर्सनैलिटी, इसको दो में डिवाइड करना है। तो अभी का स्टेट के पेशेंट का क्या है और प्री मॉर्बिड पर्सनैलिटी क्या थी, मतलब उसका डिस्पोजिशन, उसकी सेंसिटिविटी क्या थी, उसको मिला के फिर हमको टोटलिटी बनाना है, प्लस फिजिकल जनरल जो कंस्टिट्यूशनल टोटलिटी में आएगा। तो व्हेन वी अप्रोच थ्रू दिस proper whether it's genetic constitutional approach, then you get the complete cure.
Okay.
Right? Again, the follow-up criteria must be, you should be understand when the patient having the some syphilitic जैसे symptom है, जैसे suicidal thoughts, suicidal ideation, suicidal attempt, worthless feeling, है ना? तो ये जो symptom जो syphilitis के तरफ इशारे करता है, ये पहले कम होना चाहिए, है ना कि नहीं? then comes the all other symptoms. So इसका भी ये क्राइटेरिया है कि सिफिलिटिस टू साइकोसिस, साइकोसिस टू सोरा, तो ऐसे रिवर्स सिम्टम्स, ऐसे जो रिवर्स होते हैं वो भी माइजमेटिकली रिवर्स होना चाहिए। then we can say कि this is the definitely a cure occur.
Okay. So mostly there is no little scope of specific remedies in psychiatric cases.
Yes, yes.
Like in predictive homeopathy, is the principle same or is it something different of treating?
Whatever the guidelines that given by the Hahnemann in the organelle, it is the same. कि क्या लेना चाहिए सोरा, even the Hahnemann has emphasized on the myzum. हम आज होम्योपैथिक प्रैक्टिशनर माइजम को इम्पोर्टेंस ही नहीं देते। हनीमन हैज मेंशन इन द क्रोनिक डिसीज कि अनलेस इफ आई हैव नॉट इन्वेंट द माइजम, देन द होम्योपैथी बिकम्स द not a complete science, it is incomplete.
Yes.
And more than the discovery of homeopathy, the discovery of myzum is more important. When the Hahnemann has know the importance of that myzum, but now practitioners not getting the importance because why we are not given the importance, क्योंकि proper understanding हम कर नहीं पाते, फिर उसका एप्लीकेशन कर नहीं पाते। फिर अंडरस्टैंडिंग अगर पार्शियली है तो एप्लीकेशन जब हम करते हैं तो रिजल्ट हमको पार्शियली आता है या आता नहीं है, देन द पेशेंट प्रैक्टिशनर बिकम डिसअपॉइंट इजीली कि नहीं इससे तो रिजल्ट ही नहीं मिलता। पर ये इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम अप्लाई सही से कर रहे हैं कि नहीं। हम अगर अप्लाई प्रॉपरली करेंगे तो अगेन द एडिशनल पॉइंट दैट व्हाट द विजयकर सर हैज इन्वेंटेड इज द एम्ब्रियोलॉजिकल, दे कोरिलेट the embryology, they correlate the pathology with the myzum. They reinvent or redefine the Hering's law of cure. Hering's law of cure को practically implement किया है उन्होंने with the help of embryology, with the help of the layer, the mesoconnective tissue layer, mesoderm, ectoderm, endoderm. तो embryology और माइजम का काफी अच्छा अंडरस्टैंडिंग, द एंड ऑफ माइजमेशन जो बुक है ना, मैंने अभी तक जितने भी हम मेरे लाइफ में जब से मैं होम्योपैथिक प्रैक्टिस में एज ए स्टूडेंट भी हूँ, दैट बुक आई हैव सीन इज द कंप्लीट इन एवरी नेचर एंड वेरी साइंटिफिक, वेरी साइंटिफिकली दे एक्सप्लेन ऑल दिस थिंग्स। सो देयर इज अ एडिशन, जो भी हनीमन ने वर्क किया है उसमें एडिशन ही